on offense and that calming influence on defense.
And our starting lineups presented by Hilltop Securities tonight for the Memphis Tigers. They're going to go with Madison Griggs, Imani Jefferson, Tyler Frierson, along with Jamira Schutz and the aforementioned Alana Davis. And for the SMU Mustangs, it is a pink game for them, so they are in the pink tonight. And a little bit of a different look starting-wise. Kiana Worthen will start at the 4 spot in place of Savannah Wilkinson with Sydney Wiggins, Jasmine Smith, Reagan Bradley, and Danielle Sanderlin also out there. Bradley had 18 the first time the two teams matched up at Memphis. That was a blowout SMU win. Our officials for tonight's game, Carla Fountain, Saif Esho, and Crystal Apollonides. Memphis wins the tip back. The Tigers coming off a struggle of a game against ECU. They turned it over 30 times, only scored 38 points.
Yeah, and that's something you can't have on the road. Look for Memphis to go inside and take advantage of that size mismatch that they have over the Mustangs without Savannah Wilkinson on the interior.
That's exactly where they go with Frierson. Little inside out. Madison Griggs knocks down a 3. She's 4th in the conference in made threes with 41 now.
And that's what you got to have. Get buckets out of your offense. They went inside, kicked it back out when the defense converged. Wide open three-point shot, knocked it down.
SMU missing 15 points a game from Savannah Wilkinson. Again, out of this game. Nice backdoor cut, but Wiggins stepped out of bounds in the first turnover on SMU.
Yeah, I liked what happened in that possession. Sydney Wiggins noticed that they overplayed, and you bite them up towards the three-point line. You cut to the rim. Good connection early, just stepped out of bounds, but I like the fact that they're working together. And now you're seeing the Mustangs in a little 2-2-1 zone. They worked on that in practice, trying to speed them up, much like ECU did, and try to create turnovers.
On the leaner, trying to get through the defense. Imani Jefferson does just that, speeding toward the cup.
And that's huge for the Tigers. Imani Jefferson was 0 for 6 last game versus ECU, so getting her going early on is definitely going to help them with their offensive struggles.
Mustangs averaging about 60 points a game in conference play, 7th best in the league during conference play. And maybe it's going to be Danielle Sanderlin doing some things today, but she misses hard. Imani Jefferson pushes, hands off to Jamira Schutz. It's a 7-0 run out to start this game for Memphis, and SMU has to take a timeout. So a quick timeout taken by Toyelle Wilson and company
at ECU, which tells me they didn't get any points off their offense. And SMU, you got to rebound. Memphis is one of the top rebounding teams in the American, at top 25 in offensive rebounds per game, and fill the void that is left with Savannah Wilkinson out. You got a potential American Athletic Conference Player of the Year sitting on the sidelines, so collectively as a unit, this team has to come together and try to fill that void.
Kayla White's a player that might be able to do that. She averages more than 14 a game in conference play, but comes up empty on her first attempt. She comes off the bench. You also see 6'5" Paige Bayless is in there for the first time, playing center down in that baseline for SMU. Frierson against Bayless, rips around her and make it a 4 for 4 start from the field for Memphis.
And that's what you can't have for Paige Bayless. Frierson just ducked in, sealed, got good position around the rim. You got to push her out because Frierson is not a player that's going to hit from the mid-range. You have to make her job more difficult.
Jasmine Smith and SMU in a hole, down 9-0. Reagan Bradley. And there's an offensive foul called on Bradley for pushing off as she made it down to the free throw line.
Easy call for the official. You'll see Reagan Bradley. Look at her arm extend once she gets contact with the player. It was a little bit of an acting job by Jefferson, but displacement has always been a focal point for officials since the last 3 years.
And that's SMU's second turnover. Meanwhile, Memphis has spread it out offensively. 4 different players have scored. They're perfect from the field. And here's Jamira Schutz. Trying to turn the corner. Nearly lost the handle against White. Jefferson late in the shot clock, able to get to the bucket, but Bayless with the rebound.
And that was a shot that I know Jefferson wishes that she had back. Basically unmolested all the way to the rim and just not able to knock it down. And there you see the senior leadership of Jasmine Smith trying to stop the bleeding, attacking the rim like she's been apt to do this whole season to create a scoring opportunity for the Mustangs. But the Mustangs have to get this back on the defensive end. They do not have the intensity early on.
Over the zone, the jumper off the mark by Davis, knocked around and an offensive rebound for Frierson, trying to go back up. She's tied up thanks to the block by Bayless. It's SMU ball.
And you're really just seeing the size advantage that Memphis has with Frierson at 6'4", Davis at 6'2", and they're just tapping it to each other. And Kayla White has to get in there stronger and just force that ball out. You look at Frierson, she only has 5 assists on the year, so she's not going to kick it out. So you got to make sure she didn't get that low post position down low.
Frierson only plays about 15 minutes a game, but a good start for her. Good start for the Memphis Tigers on the road, up 9-2. Again, they lost to SMU back in early January at home, 63-44, and only shot 21%. Kayla White in and out on her jumper. She comes in 39 points shy of 1,000 in her SMU career. Maya Stovall is on for the first time. Alana Davis knocks down a deep two. Her coach says she's an extremely skilled five. Alana Davis becomes the 5th different player to score for this Memphis team. Jasmine Smith lays it off to Paige Bayless. She's able to finish.
And that's what Paige Bayless has to be able to do. Great position down on the interior, make herself wide and available to get the ball distributed to her and knock it down.
SMU with an assist. They average 17 assists in conference play. First in the league, but Madison Griggs knocks down another 3. Give her 2 in the game. Madison Griggs, in her last 2 games, she was only 1 of 13 from outside, but she has found the mark early in this one, 2 for 2. Bayless, deep position. She's 2 for 2 inside.
And Paige Bayless has always shown the ability to knock down shots on the interior. She needs to be aggressive offensively in this game.
Nice job to knock it away by White. Out to Smith. Back to Kayla White, cutting to the glass and earns foul shots.
Good job of the Mustangs seeing the opportunity in fast break transition, recognizing they have numbers, and then kicking out to Kayla White, who's one of the better players in the American as far as leaking out in offense and creating and manufacturing points in offense. Here you see Jasmine Smith, nice little shovel pass to Kayla White, takes it in strong, now with the opportunities to make 2 free throws.
Kayla White for the season, the 2nd leading scorer on the team, but when you just look at conference play, she's actually been the leading scorer for SMU, 14.6 a game, 5th best among all league players during conference action. 1 of 2 trip, cut the lead down to 7 for the Tigers, who are 6 of 10 from the floor already.
Memphis doing a good job of getting it into that sweet spot, which is right in the middle of the zone, and attacking that. Quick hands by Paige Bayless, able to knock away in the steal.
Long pass ahead. White able to come up with it, but she's blocked from behind by Hannah Riddick, a long freshman out of Alberta.
That's where Kayla White needs to have recognition when she's double teamed down. Either pull the ball out or kick it out to an open shooter and not try to force the action offensively.
Another touch for Frierson.
Look down on the block.
Beck doubled up. Frierson another offensive rebound and the easy putback.
Early on this game, Tyler Frierson is dominating down on the block with her ability to get second chance scoring opportunities already. 2 for 4 from the field and just dominating on the interior.
SMU without Savannah Wilkinson again, not only their leading scorer, but leading rebounder as well, who does most of her rebounding work on the defensive end. Memphis trying to grow that lead. Beck. Wow, what a finish inside the lane. That is Kariah Beck out of Arkansas.
You're really seeing the absence of Savannah Wilkinson on the interior. Just no rim protection without Savannah there. Paige Bayless has to deal with Frierson, but collectively, the Mustangs are going to need to get in those gaps and force the Memphis Tigers to shoot from the exterior. Nice job by Jasmine Smith, turning the corner, attacking the rim. Good job, though, by Maya Stovall, coming in, digging that basketball out, and creating opportunities on the defensive end.
The official scorer will give Stovall a block on the play, but either way, the transfer from DePaul gets it back from Memphis. First matchup between the two teams Memphis had 17 in the third quarter. That was the most they scored in a quarter. They've already got 18 here in the first and lead it by 11. A complete turnaround. Stovall, a true point guard, knocked out from behind, and Zaria Rufus, who hasn't played in quite a while, commits the foul.
Fouling negates hustle. That was, up until that point, a good defensive stance by the Mustangs, and Zaria Rufus just a little bit overzealous, going over the back, creating some contact.
First action for Rufus in a month. She last played on the 15th of January against Tulane. Another foul on SMU on the floor. This one goes on Danielle Sanderlin. 13 foul on SMU. 3 minutes left in the first quarter, and all Tigers so far. Memphis coming off 3 straight losses, and they've lost 4 straight on the road. They seem undaunted so far, though. Davis with Rufus in her face, dispossessed, and Desiree Mathis comes away with a steal. Smith thought about the 3 in transition. Rufus, high-low, Sanderlin collects and scores.
Great high-low look there by Zaria Rufus. Sanderlin created that space on the interior, made herself available. And those are those easy buckets in execution that the Mustangs need to have in their fast break continuity offense.
And Alana Davis, another example of the size advantage for the Tigers, just playing bully ball down low. Rufus tries to drive and kick it back to Mathis. Kayla White against Beck, takes the contact, and she'll head back to the line for 2. Kayla White leads the team in free throw attempts this season.
Here you see the just active hands by Desiree Mathis creates the fast break scoring opportunity, and then that leads to an interior high-low feed from Zaria Rufus to Danielle Sanderlin. And again, those are those easy executable type of plays that the Mustangs need to have down the stretch to get back into this basketball game.
SMU playing at home for the last time in a couple weeks. They won't be back at home again until the very end of February, when they play 2 in a row against Temple on the 28th of the month and then the 2nd of March. So 1 for 2 trip again for Kayla White.
Mustangs back in their zone, trying to disrupt the offensive continuity that the Tigers have early on in this game. Good block by Paige Bayless.
Great block by Bayless, but Jefferson comes back to make sure to tie it up and keep it here.
Always jump to the basketball. Paige Bayless does a good job jumping to the
road at Wichita State. They clawed back, tie it up after 3. But at the 7-minute mark of the fourth quarter, that's when Savannah Wilkinson went down. At that point, SMU was only down by 2. The Mustangs offense kind of went in a hole for the final 7 minutes of that game.
Well, anytime you lose a player as good as Savannah Wilkinson, it's going to affect the psyche of a basketball team, and you're just hoping that in this game somebody steps up to meet that challenge.
Now, all of the Tigers are stepping up, including Imani Jefferson. She knocks down a rare 3, only her 5th of the season. Memphis takes a 13-point lead. Reagan Bradley had an awesome game against Memphis the first time. Here's contact and a foul. Bradley to the line. We'll give it to Alana Davis. Her first foul.
Here you see, that's just great basketball. Jefferson brings the defense to her, kicks it out, knocks down the 3. And again, that's something that Memphis did not do against ECU. As I mentioned, not one single player scored in double figures, and that showed me that those type of execution plays they didn't have.
Reagan Bradley, 75% at the line coming in. And SMU as a team now 3 of 6 at the line. Now for the Tigers, I mean, this has got to feel good, though. They had 38 points the entire game against ECU as I mean, that team just ran away from the Tigers here in the first quarter. I mean, 23 points already. Outstanding as Briggs has it knocked away. A scramble for the basketball. Jefferson has it back. Shoots. Bodying up inside and able to finish.
Coach Toya Wilson trying whatever she can to disrupt the Memphis Tigers. That's a running, jumping trap that they've worked on in practice. And you got to credit the poise of Memphis. Not getting frazzled, staying within their offense, and executing down the stretch, getting buckets.
Jefferson fighting through that screen, picks up the 4th foul on Memphis.
You got some pick and roll action with Jasmine Smith and Zaria Rufus, and Imani Jefferson just runs through Zaria Rufus for the easy call.
Desiree Mathis way short on the jumper. Memphis basketball, game clock to shot clock difference is 2 as the Tigers have piled up 25 points in the first quarter on 61% shooting. Leading on the glass 10-4 as well. Just a dominant first quarter for the Tigers. Renetta Williams down to Davis. Her turnaround is long. Rebound by White. She's got some time. 3 left in the quarter. White spots up for 3. Way off the mark. And that's the end of 1 quarter of play. The SMU Mustangs playing without their best player in Savannah Wilkinson. It showed. Memphis has
Savannah Wilkinson on the interior, and clearly the Mustangs are shell-shocked the way that they have started this game, and really their lack of any type of ability to come back into this game. And hopefully Sydney Wiggins, with her veteran experience, can shore the offense and be a calming influence on defense for the Mustangs.
Outstanding start for Katrina Merriweather's program in her first year, coming over from Wright State. Second giveaway, though, as Rufus takes it away. Wiggins ahead of the pack.
Good job by Sydney Wiggins, looking over her right shoulder to see where the defender was, able to protect the basketball with her body and knock in the easy transition bucket. And those are the type of easy buckets offensively that the Mustangs need to get back into this game and to get some confidence. Mustangs doing a good job in their zone, preventing any easy access on the interior. Actually, they're in a man-to-man.
Shoots in and out. Sanderlin with the rebound.
And you can definitely tell a difference in defensive intensity by the Mustangs in this early second quarter.
Smith on the pull-up.
Now that's nice. Hit the basketball out to Sanderlin. The defense contracted. Jasmine Smith made a nice cut to the elbow. Wide open to knock down a jumper.
Jamira shoots just 3 points shy of 1,000 in her career. Griggs from very deep. Offensive rebound, Lynetta Williams, and the stick back.
See, John, great early defensive possession by the Mustangs. They got the shot they wanted, but they didn't put a body on the interior. Frierson got the second chance scoring opportunity. And again, they are dominating the Tigers on the interior. And if the Mustangs want to get back, they got to play defense, and they got to get that defensive rebound.
Smith, best three-point shooter on the team, over the top.
See, John, you're not going to get it back in one fell swoop with that hero basketball. Jasmine Smith, the best three-point shooter, but you got to get the basketball to touch multiple hands, go side to side, make the defense work of the Tigers, and make them tire out.
Miscommunication as Williams can't hit Frierson.
See Coach bringing Paige Bayless back in, trying to shore up that interior defense. Both Bayless and Frierson played limited minutes because of their conditioning, and so it's a chess match between coaches to see which big could be more impactful.
Sydney Wiggins throwing to nobody in particular. Thought Smith might have been in the corner.
As a player, you hate when that happens. You think a player is going to go a certain way, and they don't. Turnover. But how do you rise to the occasion after that sort of a turnover? Again, Sydney Wiggins has to be the focal point offensively and tell the team, look, come to me. You're going to have to ride my back in this game.
Rebound knocked out after the Griggs miss. It stays here.
See Paige Bayless having a guard Alana out in the perimeter. She can knock down the three-point shot.
And shoots, bowls over Jasmine Smith. Smith taking the charge.
Jasmine Smith best on this team with steals and defensive intensity, and I'm sure block charges if they kept that. Doing a good job just getting in legal guarding position, shoulders square to the defender, takes the charge, easy call for the officials.
Kayla White, that's a really tough shot.
Look, when Kayla White can get to her spot right there on the inside of the free throw line, she is almost impossible to defend.
Now she has a steal and so much speed.
How is it possible that Kayla White is faster with the ball than Alana Davis is without the ball? That's my question.
It was quite obvious once she got out and sprinting. Memphis' largest lead was 14. It's down to 8 now.
Mustangs back in the zone. Yeah, and that's what Alana Davis does. Hit from the mid-range, interior. Best three-point shooter on the team in conference play. You got to close her out. Make her put it on the bounce. Make her a straight-line driver into the painted area, but you can't just let her set up and shoot jumpers.
Trying to get it to Bayless. Smith flashing, stripped away by Griggs. Griggs inside on Wiggins and called for the foul. Griggs to the line.
Madison Griggs doing a good job forcing the action in transition, trying to keep the momentum going the Tigers' way. I love the aggressiveness that the Tigers have come out in this basketball game. First, they started out on the interior. In the second quarter, now they're attacking in transition. They want to keep the pressure on the Mustangs, and they want to keep the momentum on their side of the court.
Madison Griggs, her third year at Memphis, 6th all-time in three-pointers made in Memphis history. Just a prolific three-point shooter. She's been perfect at the line this year, too. That'll work.
If she misses it, I'm going to tell her that you said that.
I'm the one. I'm the one. That's 14 of 14 this year for Madison Griggs and an 8-point start for the junior.
Stop with the free throw. You just want her to miss a free throw, don't you?
Don't want her to miss the free throw. That is not my desire. Wiggins coming off the mark. It's a 4-on-4 to start this possession. Stovall called for the walk.
Even with that turnover with Maya Stovall, that's the type of aggressiveness that Coach Merriweather wants the team to have, attacking at all options.
They are starting to turn it over a little bit. That was their 6th giveaway.
And you listen to Coach Toya Wilson in practice, and she talked about, look, they're going to turn it over if you allow them to turn it over. I just think the Mustangs have to be patient. They have to trust each other in order to get back into this basketball game. I love the patience the Mustangs are having on this possession, allowing their offense to work for them.
And Sanderlin not able to make the wide open jumper go. Again, if you're just joining us, the Savannah Wilkinson out for SMU, their leading scorer and rebounder. Really, they're glued to their season. They're rock.
I mean, they're rock, their best player, arguably one of the better players in the American Conference. No team can lose a player like Savannah Wilkinson and it not affect the way that they play.
can almost excuse the first quarter because of it.
Absolutely. The Mustangs have to figure out a way to get that basketball and that high-low to Paige Bayless. She's got the seal. Got to get it to her. With Sydney Wiggins knocking that shot, big bonus for the Mustangs.
And that's the player you highlighted before the game. She's been in that double figures 11 times this season. And that's why Davis is so good from outside. A wide open look, she has 9 points.
Yeah, in conference play, knocking down 40% from the three-point line. So you got to run her off that line. At least contested jump shot. Wide open on that last possession. You can't let her get easy looks from the three-point line.
Smith over the zone.
Ball needs to go side to side for the Mustangs. You just stayed on the right side of the court. You have to make the defense shift in order to get easy looks.
Stovall called for the offensive foul. Smith got there again.
This is what it's called about reading the scouting report. You got to know Jasmine Smith is someone that takes charges. Actually, that was Zaria Rufus that took that charge. But the Mustangs, reading the scouting report, understanding that Maya Stovall loves to attack the rim and at times can be out of control. Good defensive stand by the Mustangs, getting that turnover.
It's outstanding. Still Memphis up by 13. Their largest lead has been 14. Really turning things around after losing to the Mustangs by 19 at home.
As you said earlier, John, Mustangs starting to turn the basketball over a little bit more in the second quarter as they shift into a zone.
Wiggins, her three-pointer, lips out. Sanderlin, offensive rebound, can't stick it back in.
Even though Wiggins missed that shot, I love the confidence that she had, just rose up over the defense in that activity, trying to get second chance scoring at opportunities. The Mustangs have to gain rebound without Savannah Wilkinson on both ends of the court.
Monty Jefferson so fast, and on her drive, there's a foul.
I mean, fast is the understatement. The way she changed directions and turned the corner, not too many players could defend that. Watch Amani Jefferson again. She goes left, crosses it over to her right. Tyler Frierson on the interior, but Jefferson doing a good job of finding the seams in the Mustangs offense and attacking.
Trying to get Frierson again. Davis driving on Sanderlin, and she's able to lay it home.
And John, that's what happens when you have shot credibility like Alana Davis does. You have to attack. Davis attack the poor closeout, attack the rim, got an easy lay-in.
No look skip out to Smith for three. Bayless with the offensive board.
Dangerous.
Pick by Maya Stovall. Stovall walks though.
Talking to the coaching staff, they love Maya Stovall, transfer from DePaul. They're just waiting for her to come into her own. Had some issues a little bit with injuries this season, but she's a player that they feel like really can take control of their offense. The only true point guard on the basketball team, and just waiting for her to emerge.
Smith finds Bayless open for the jumper. And it's going to stay right here.
That's the shot that the Mustangs want to get out of the zone. Paige Bayless flashed to the interior right in the middle. Got the basketball, just not able to knock it down. She's going to need to knock down those easy buckets for the Mustangs.
SMU one of their last 8 from the field. Smith for three again.
Mustangs taking the shots that the Tigers want them from the three-point line.
Bucket and the foul. And a chance at a three-point play for Jamira Schutz.
Lack of recognition on the weak side defensively by the Mustangs. No player went out there to defend Jamira Schutz, and she just attacks the rim. Jasmine Smith tries to take the charge, but she had the foot on the restricted line and really didn't get there in time to be able to take that charge.
Jamira Schutz with this free throw will become the 27th Memphis player with 1,000 points. I didn't jinx her. 1,000 points for Jamira Schutz. Congratulations.
I mean, when you got 1,000 points, she's not going to be affected by what we do. You see her teammates happy for her. Nothing like getting that 1K milestone for a player.
Smith is 0 for 4 from outside, but she won't miss a fifth.
Hey, she was 0 for 4, but in her mind, she was money for that fifth, and good thing for that. Mustangs need someone to knock down some jumpers from the exterior in order to stretch the defense of the Tigers and allow them their interior players to operate.
Jefferson, wow, what a move.
I mean, Amani Jefferson is the quickest, most dominant player on the court, smallest player, but she's able to do whatever she wants offensively with her ability with the bounce.
Rufus at the end of the half, off the mark, and at the break, Memphis with a dominant 17-point lead over SMU.
I mean, Memphis just came into this game more ready, more in this basketball game, putting the pressure on the defense in offensive transition, cutting the corner and taking the mid-range jump shot, and then finally off the kick-out gets a three-pointer to go. Mustangs are going to need a lot more of that in this second half in order to get back into the 17-point deficit on the Hilltop.
Starting the second half, Memphis with the basketball, wearing the black, SMU in the pink. A deep catch and an easy score. Tyler Frierson, just like the first half.
Yeah, John, the Tigers started the second much like they started this basketball game, attacking the interior and taking advantage of the void left by Savannah Wilkinson being injured.
And that has drawn Kiana Worthen into the starting lineup. Reagan Bradley, great look, but off the mark.
Mustangs are going to have to do something to try to control Amani Jefferson and her ability to just attack the gaps and seams of their defense and exploit it to get easy looks for their team.
10 to shoot for Schutz. Gets the advantage on Wiggins over the top, but an offensive rebound, and it gets stripped away from Frierson by Sanderlin, and then she loses it out.
Yeah, those are just those unfortunate turnovers, kind of those self-inflicted injuries that you just can't have in a basketball game. And Sanderlin, actually, they might have got away with the foul there. The Memphis Tigers got their arm in there and just really knocked the arm of Sanderlin.
Davis short.
You see the offensive adjustments that the Mustangs made at halftime. But I think the biggest one they need to do is to execute out of their offense and try to get buckets from their offense.
A lot of lip outs in this game as well. A lot of balls that have just gone in and out on SMU.
Yeah, and some nights you're just going to have nights like that.
Backdoor cut, Griggs, it's short. Kiana Worthen, one of the best athletes on the floor, finishes through contact.
Good look by Sydney Wiggins, leaking out Kiana Worthen to get a transition bucket. Had to contest with Amani Jefferson, the quickest player on the court. Good job of Worthen protecting the basketball, getting an easy bucket in transition.
Jefferson splitting the defense off the glass.
John, you saw there Sanderlin faking at the basket. You got to stop the ball. You can't fake at it. And Manny Jefferson has the ball. She's attacking the rim. You got to get in front of her and not allow her to get to the rim. I feel like too many of the defensive players of the Mustangs are allowing the interior penetration. You got to stop the basketball first.
Worthen working that middle. Strong.
You know, in the first half, I talked about the opportunities, and you're seeing a lot of players getting shots that they aren't accustomed to taking, and that little bit of hesitation is from that just lack of consistency of taking those shots throughout the season.
Briggs leaning in. Wiggins on the block, but it's recovered. No for Frierson.
Mustangs have to take advantage on miss and try to get easy buckets in transition. Good job running that continuity offense, but they need to try to get something out of these offensive chances.
Wiggins, yes.
And that's the player that needs to step up. That play was sorely within the offensive continuity actions that Coach Toya Wilson has for her team, but they need to take and make those opportunities in order to get back into this basketball game.
Wiggins has 6. Shoots for 3. Knocks it down. Jamira shoots.
John, that's just too easy. No closeout on the jump shots. You got to make those jump shooters into straight line drivers by running them off the line.
Shoots became the 27th Memphis player to cross 1,000 points in the first half. Worthen knocks it over to Sanderlin, but she's denied inside, and Davis grabs the rebound and is fouled by Sanderlin.
I mean, the size that the Tigers have down low. Davis at 6'2", and Friars at 6'4", and you're seeing how that is affecting the interior players of the Mustangs. Sanderlin tried to go up strong, but as any coach would tell you, John, you cannot teach or coach height, and that height is that wall that the Tigers are doing a good job of preventing the Mustangs from getting any easy looks down low.
Meanwhile, lots of easy looks on this side. 54% from the field. Griggs, good catch. Can't make the 3. No numbers for SMU. Jasmine Smith downhill, blocked. And a foul on Zaria Rufus.
I like that play by Jasmine Smith. You see Paige Bayless, little drag screen, and Jasmine Smith was able to turn the corner, just not able to create that separation to get her shot off. But again, those are the type of plays that the Mustangs are going to have to continue utilizing. Using the screen, attacking the rim, trying to create contact, and eventually those things are going to fall down.
SMU only shooting 33%.
Yeah, that doesn't help.
Memphis at 53% after only shooting 21% from the field when they lost to SMU at home early January.
Mustangs trying to implement their press offense to shut down the shot clock of the Tigers or get some steals.
Nice job to reverse it. Griggs, wide open look. No.
Good closeout by Paige Bayless on the shooter.
Kayla White, so much speed and run.
And see, that's it, John. That's the way to get back into this basketball game. A good defensive stand started by the closeout by Paige Bayless. Is there popcorn? Is there candy?
Right.
Is there soda?
Do I get cool giveaways?
Right.
Are there T-shirts to be had? That's all they care about. Kayla White converts on the three-point play. And SMU down by 17.
You know, John, historically, the third quarter has been the best quarter offensively for the Mustangs. Not seeing that as of yet in this game, but this is a quarter that, again, they're going to need to make a strong push in order to get back into this game.
Short corner, Brooks comes up short, and rebound off of Memphis.
That full court pressure worked on that defensive stand for the Mustangs. You got the basketball into the hands of a player that isn't normally accustomed of shooting in Brooks, and she wasn't able to knock down the shot.
Kayla White finds some space in the zone.
Quick, easy, get it to that sweet spot in the middle of the zone. Kayla White knocks down the short, easy shot. That's the type of easy executing type offense the Mustangs need.
Senior Maya Stovall, the transfer from DePaul. Brooks, catch and shoot. It's not going to count anyway because of an offensive foul on Lynetta Williams.
Williams a little bit free with her arms on that screen. Again, that's something that the last 3 years officials are very quick to blow the whistle on when it comes to displacement, moving screens. They're not going to let you get away with those type of actions.
That's a tough pass, but Rufus able to grab it and score it.
That was a beautiful pass by Sydney Wiggins, going over the top of the defense to hit Rufus for the easy up and under basket. And again, the Mustangs staying in this full court pressure, trying to disrupt the chemistry offensively of the Tigers.
7-0 run for SMU. Back some wild dribbling here. Gets it to Jefferson, and in traffic, she misses, but an offensive foul for Davis, and she's rewarded with foul shots.
Where when Imani Jefferson gets the basketball, she is so quick and able to take advantage of that quickness to attack the seams, splits the defense. Probably a little contact there. Could have been a foul called. But the Tigers end up with the basketball with their second chance scoring opportunities. And they get a little bit over 14 offensive rebounds per game. That's 37th in the country. So as a unit, the Mustangs knew that they were going to have to put bodies on the players of the Tigers, and not doing a great job of that in this game.
Davis makes SMU pay with a couple free throws. That settles down the 7-0 streak for SMU. Kayla White forces her way in, but loses it. Aaliyah Green in for the first time. She shuffled the feet.
The Tigers, with their size, are able to get the shots that they want. Just fortunate on that possession that they turned the ball over with the travel.
Recovered by Wiggins out near the timeline with 5 to shoot. Wiggins needs a bailout. Not there.
And this is where you really see the absence of Savannah Wilkinson. That offensive possession, no continuity. They did not run a play. Someone has to take control of this offense for the Mustangs.
Jefferson has been the fire starter on the other side for Memphis.
I've just really been impressed with Imani Jefferson, really showcasing her athleticism and speed and turning the corner and having her way offensively, doing whatever she wants against the Mustangs. Nice move.
Yeah, Sanderlin taking the freshman to task, but missing. Jefferson downhill again, no, but creates the contact, goes to the line.
John, in defensive transition, particularly when you have a player as skilled and athletic as Imani Jefferson, as a team, you have to load to the ball. That means you need 3 players going towards the ball, forcing the basketball out of Imani Jefferson's hands. They haven't consistently done that throughout this game.
That was on Zaria Rufus. That is already number 4 on Rufus in 15 minutes of work. Imani Jefferson, 3rd in the American in both free throw attempts and free throw makes this season.
There it is.
I didn't say she was perfect, but she can get it done at the line.
There it was.
All-time leading scorer at Northport High School, just a little north of Fort Myers, Florida. Dozen for Jefferson, and Memphis leads by 18. Smith catch and shoot. Her second 3.
Nice stagger screen for Jasmine Smith. She came off of it, ready to shoot, knocked down the 3 on makes. You're seeing again, Mustangs getting in that full court escort pressure back into a 2-3 zone.
Now where's the standing ovation for Jasmine Smith? That was her 100th career 3.
Maybe their team just didn't know about it.
Maybe so. Stovall comes away with the steal.
Hayes Bayless tried to outlet it to Sydney Wiggins, who was trying to get out in transition, not seeing it, but Memphis saw it.
Beck skipping into the lane and a blocking foul. Smith was hoping to take the charge, but couldn't get parallel with the offensive player. Back to the line.
Attack the poor closeout. Reagan Bradley bit on the pump fake. Attack went to the rim. Jasmine Smith tried to take the charge but did not get there in time. Putting pressure on the defense with that poor closeout of Reagan Bradley. And without the rim protection and the rim size of Savannah Wilkinson on the interior, the Tigers smartly are just attacking the rim whenever they get the opportunity.
Tigers overall this year coming in at 13-8. They've got a chance for their first winning season since 2015-2016. That is not insignificant.
Well, you needed to get the right coach, which is a coach that came from Wright State. Meriwether.
What you did there? Yeah.
I mean, I try. But her ability to win conference championships, tournament championships, get to the NCAA. Her last trip to the NCAA with Wright State got to the second round, so she's a winner. Brought her whole coaching staff with her from Wright State, which to me shows the loyalty that she has to her coaching staff that helped her get those wins. And they are trying to build that culture and in Memphis, similar to what Coach Toyo Wilson is trying to build here on the hilltop with the Mustangs.
Snowball downhill over Bayless. What a tough finish.
Again, lack of the rim presence for the Mustangs and the Tigers. Again, you're getting a steady diet of them attacking the rim, and they're saying, until you stop us, we're going to keep doing it.
Ten left in the quarter. Smith checking the clock. Stepping back and shooting. That's a big shot at the end of the quarter.
Huge shot. Jasmine Smith at the end of the quarter with that three-pointer. Again, the Mustangs need anything positive, anything big back to her basketball team, and that really started the momentum early on for the Tigers, and they have not relented control of the tempo or pace of this basketball game. So credit to Imani Jefferson in the way that she's played throughout this game.
If SMU's going to come back, what has to happen?
Well, they got to get defensive stops first, and that's something they haven't been able to do consistently in the game, and then they need to knock down buckets without turning the basketball over.
Paige Bayless called for the moving screen, trying to clear the space for Jasmine Smith. I mean, mission accomplished except for the foul.
Yeah, and one thing the Tigers have been doing throughout this game is they've been attacking the rim and getting easy look at the basket. As you see the Mustangs again in that 2-2-1 pressure, trying to disrupt the momentum and offensive continuity of the Tigers.
Memphis turned it over 30 times last time out against ECU. 10 turnovers through three quarters. Davis, the deep catch over the top, but right there. Too easy for Frierson.
See, John, when you have two players converge, the weak side defender, Kayla White, did not come down to box out that weak side offensive player, allowing them to get the easy second chance scoring opportunity.
8.7 rebounds for Frierson.
Nice pass.
Danielle Sanderlin converts.
And those are the easy looks, and that's out of their executed offense. And easy high-low interior basketball pass, and that's what they weren't getting in the first half.
Myra Schutz went over 1,000 points earlier in the game. Gives it off to Griggs.
Tigers in their wheel action, trying to create seams and attack the rim.
Schutz feeling it tonight. She has 13.
You got to attack and force jump shooters to put it on the bounce. You run them off the line. You haven't seen consistent closeouts by the Mustangs throughout the game, allowing the shooters for the Tigers to get comfortable from beyond the arc.
Comfortable enough to go 6 of 9 from outside. White slashing, can't finish. Rebound knocked around. Davis was out of bounds. SMU playing without their leading scorer and rebounder and second leading minutes person in the conference, Savannah Wilkinson. As Desiree Mathis comes on, Wilkinson out with a lower body injury. Hope to have her back soon, but her absence has been noticeable.
The Tigers only average a little over 4 threes per game in conference play, and they have 6. But what's important about that is they've only had to take 9 threes to get to that marker. Mustangs not putting pressure on the perimeter offense of the Tigers.
It's really impressive. Jasmine Smith, meanwhile, knocked down 4 outside shots herself. Only 6 to shoot. Jefferson has it poked away. Sanderlin on the steal, gets it to White. So good in the open floor.
And those are the type of plays you need to get something with your defense, then outlet quickly, try to get something out of that offense. And again, it's on the defensive side of the court that the Mustangs are going to get back into this game.
Sanderlin hoping that she got it off of Griggs, evidently not. SMU's trailed by as many as 20. Frierson out. Davis, quick pass. Here shoots. Out for a Griggs 3. Rebound by White.
You're noticing, John, the difference between the offense of the Tigers and SMU. A lot of quick passes with the Tigers, ball going inside and out. With the Mustangs, they're dribbling it, attacking one-on-one. That's been the difference in this basketball game, the way the teams have executed offensively. You see Kayla White, who has the ability to turn the corner, but in that situation did a little bit too much. That's when you need to pull it out, reverse the basketball. Don't dip your shoulder. Officials are going to call that every single time.
Toya Wilson, also a first-year head coach, just like her counterpart, Katrina Merriweather for Memphis. Wilson's had a great start to her career at SMU. Just tough night for her Mustangs.
Yeah, it's hard to overcome the void left by a Savannah Wilkinson, a potential Player of the Year candidate. Not too many teams would be able to withstand that sort of departure.
Davis, wow, what a knockdown shooter.
I mean, we knew coming into this game that she had the ability to knock down three-pointers, but that with her second 3 going 2 for 2 for distance, again, you got to close her out, which is difficult for a player like Paige Bayless at 6'5", which is one of the reasons why you get a player like Alana Davis. They can be so effective offensively.
Sanderlin going to work quickly. Just not able to hit it. 17-point lead as Stovall goes through the lane. Wanted to call. White tried to slip it through, got kicked.
Mustangs need to be quicker with the basketball, reversing it, not letting it stick, in and out with the basketball, making the defense of the Tigers move.
Only 5 to shoot. Sanderlin too strong for Bayless.
I like the idea, but again, you got to execute that pass and give Paige Bayless an opportunity to make something happen down low.
What do you think the biggest difference in this game has been? Why is this a 17-point game right now?
It's really been the execution of the Memphis Tigers down the stretch. Again, from the beginning with Amani Jefferson controlling the offense and really speeding them up. But the way that the Tigers have consistently gotten buckets out of their execution and out of their offense, Mustangs have not been able to do that.
Memphis shooting 50%. 5 to shoot.
And again, part of that is without Savannah Wilkinson. Wilkinson is a bucket getter. But again, every team has adversity and injuries down the stretch.
Kayla White trying to will her team back in. She's blocked. Good block by Lynetta Williams.
Again, the defense was set. Kayla White just went right to him. Sometimes if she draws the defense and kicks it out to an open shooter, but can't make it easy for the defense.
Davis ties her season high, 18 points.
That's, to me, John, is just smart basketball. You see the void on the interior by the Mustangs, and you keep attacking it, as you see Coach Toya Wilson bringing Paige Bayless back in. But Mustangs just do not have the size on the interior to combat the Tigers.
Tigers haven't won here in 10 years. They're about to change all that as Rufus misses at the hole.
The size of the Tigers' front line affected that shot from Zaya Rufus. Defensively, offensively, the size of the Tigers was just too much.
Looking like a get-right win for Memphis. They had lost 3 in a row. 7 to shoot. Here's Jamira shoots. Nice little move. It hits.
John, we can't forget that the Tigers have 9 returning players from their team last year, and then 2 transfers that came to from Wright State with Coach Merriweather, and then the transfer Maya Stovall from DePaul. So this is a team that should have done well, and they're finally getting into their
top 5. You get that first round bye.
Yeah, and
would love to see that.
Yeah, and as any team will tell you, being rested and able to watch that first game and come into that fresh can most always lead to something positive happen, and normally a deep run in conference tournament play.
Jasmine Smith coming off the curl, foul.
Nice design play by Coach Tulio Wilson to get really their most important offensive player in this game. A good look off the curl play.
Switched to at Tulsa. They're trying to keep the home and away even after SMU had a couple games canceled because of COVID earlier this season.
Well, since the Mustangs have lost their last 3 at home, they might want to go on the road. But those road games, their ability to win to me is dependent on one factor, and that's going to be one player.
The health of Savannah Wilkinson?
Absolutely.
Yeah, she misses this game with a lower body injury after going out against Wichita State late in that game. And a timeout is called by Memphis as SMU traps down by 20. And, she had Saturday to Wednesday to recover. Could assistant for 6 years as well before taking over as the head coach. And says defense and rebounding, that's what we marry. That's what we really want to build that's the template of what we want to build our program on here at Memphis. And today they've done a lot of that. And they've done a lot of offense, too, 51% shooting.
And they haven't really had to attack the offensive glass because they've scored so easily. There hasn't been as many offensive rebounding opportunities, which is a credit to their execution down the stretch.
SMU at 39% shooting in this game. Tigers have done a better job taking care of the basketball. A game after ECU will trap you a lot. There was 30 turnovers. They've only turned it over 12 times. Stovall around a couple screens. Long. Offensive rebound by Riddick. Maya Stovall, the advantage on Bradley, and she's blocked by Bayless with a foul.
Maya Stovall turning the corner, attacking the rim, and the Tigers are a team who normally get to the free throw line at a much higher rate on 22% of all their offensive possessions, top 31 in the country. But again, because they've scored so easily this game and they haven't been any sort of pressure at the rim, they haven't had to go to the free throw line in this game.
Knocked down a lot of shots in this one.
As we mentioned, Maya Stovall is a transfer from DePaul. Talking to Coach Merriweather about Coach Doug Bruno, who just got the call that he's going to get inducted to the Women's College Basketball Hall of Fame. So shout out to Coach Doug Bruno.
Oh, you didn't hear, did you?
Was that?
You didn't hear.
What happened?
We don't talk about Bruno.
Oh, we don't?
No.
Why not?
Oh, see, he has not seen the Disney movie.
Oh, what is that?
Encanto.
Oh, I have not.
Like the hottest Disney movie out there.
I haven't watched it.
Three-pointer goes down by Jasmine Smith. Everybody with kids right now of a certain age just clapped.
Hey, I am our Mustang coach, Tulio Wilson, and the great job she's done creating culture here on the Hilltop.
Yeah, maybe we'll be talking about her as a Naismith or as a Basketball Hall of Famer, Women's Basketball Hall of Famer down the line as well, as Wilson gets her time started here at SMU to rave reviews. Rough one today for her Mustang. Still plenty of time at the end of the regular season. It's all about making that run in the conference tournament, making that noise.
If you're ever going to give a team a pass, though, and you lose your top player and one of the top players in the conference, I think that's a game you're going to give a pass. Now, obviously, Coach Toyo Wilson won't accept that, but, I mean, it's understandable that the Mustangs performed as they did in this game against Memphis.
SMU has, over the course of the season, just done a great job of playing through adversity. White's way off on this one. Obviously, today, they're not going to get the result they want, but you think back, there have been several games where they've had only 8 or 9 players. I mean, short benches, injuries, COVID, all the things they've been through this year.
Well, part of the reason they have been able to overcome that adversity is because of Savannah Wilkinson and her play. As you remember, her high score at Florida was 14 points and 9 rebounds, and she's averaging a double-double. So she's clearly exceeded all expectations with what she's been able to accomplish here for the Mustangs. And again, it's difficult to be without a player that wakes up with a double-double in the books.
Yeah, that game against Wichita State was the first time that Wilkinson did not hit double figures, and basically it was just because she didn't get to play the whole game.
Right, and in that game, I think she had about 32 minutes, which is a lot, but she averages a little under 37 minutes, second in the AAC, and that's just a lot of minutes, a lot of points, a lot of rebounds to be without for your team.
A foul on Memphis. Give it back to SMU. Give it to Hannah Riddick. Third Memphis foul with 1:18 to play. Chance for the Tigers to go into their deep bench. It's not lost on me how cool these pink uniforms are, though.
I see we got the memo.
We did.
Wearing matching shirts and jackets. That's a first.
Kayla White goes hard to the ground, and the last thing you want in a game that's out of hand like this is to have another player hurt.
Kayla White's always done a good job of turning the corner, attacking the seams. And you see her going up strong, playing through contact, something that she's always shown the ability to do. But, you know, as a player, you try not to think about injury. It's just a part of the game.
See there, Kayla White, 13 points, now up to 14. She's only 25 shy of 1,000 in her career. And that's despite last year, the team only played 6 games.
Okay, well, this is my question. With these players with these points, is there going to be an asterisk because they get an extra year or not? Because, yeah, they only played 6 games, but other teams played 20, 25.
I hear you.
I need an answer from you right now.
Need a COVID asterisk?
Yeah.
I think it'll just be, when you look at it in the NCAA record books, it'll be, you know, for the all-time leading scorer or something like that. If Paige Beckers ends up being the all-time leading scorer in NCAA history because, you know, she played more games, it will be, you know, she had X number of points in 140 games. And you'll see that, you know, so-and-so, Kelsey Plum, only had this many in this many games.
Yeah, but you don't look at that, though, when you're looking at, you look at, okay, she's the record holder, and you're not. You used to be. She only played 100 games, and she played 140 games.
Exactly. That was exactly the Roger Maris situation when he was breaking Babe Ruth's record back in 1960, right? 1961.
Babe Ruth, who's that?
Yeah, exactly. Roger Maris played 162, and Babe Ruth only had 154. And Roger Maris lost all his hair. Do you want these ladies to lose all their hair because they're feeling so bad about being hated on for playing too many games?
See, now you're taking this in a whole. I'm not even going to answer it now.
I know. That was unfair pressure, undue pressure.
I'm just trying to keep my hair. I'm not trying to wish that on anyone.
Doing a lot better than me. Monty Jefferson, 1 of 2. But Memphis, man, just a huge bounce-back win for them after they had lost 3 straight. What a turnaround.
Well, I think if you're talking to Coach Merriweather, she's saying that her team is coming into form in the right time. They've dealt with injuries. They've dealt with COVID pauses. And now they're getting to the point where they're playing their sort of basketball. And when you have a new coach, it doesn't always happen immediately. And now they're starting to play the type of basketball that Coach Merriweather knew that they could play throughout this season.
Shoots going between the legs. 5 to shoot for Jefferson. Feeling it. And another offensive rebound. Spitting, that's how this game ends. Just an outstanding performance by Memphis. They out-rebounded SMU by 16, and they win going away by 18 points.
And, John, you basically just said the nail on the head. They outperformed in all those physical aspects.